You cannot get to the extent of how embarrassing that loss was today, boys. The Eagles lose 21-17 in the fourth quarter. Like, what was the play calling today from Jim Schwartz? I don't get it. Like, you get the first 3 quarters of the game, the Eagles look fantastic. Their defense looks fantastic. The offense looks fantastic. You get 3 and outs all the way around. And then in the fourth quarter, it just falls apart. I don't get it. You got Alshon Jeffrey. He looks great. Zach Ertz looks great. Carson Wentz looks great. It doesn't mean anything when you blow a 17-0 lead in the fourth quarter. That's unbelievable. That's absolutely embarrassing. All those other stats mean absolute shit. I don't get it. What play call? Are you just trying to play it safe? Because that's nonsense. Why are you playing it safe? When you get the first 3 quarters of the game, you're just absolutely dominating them. Why play it safe now? Just go at it the same way you did in the first 3 quarters. So, the Panthers, their first 5 drives of the game, they've averaged at least like over 200, I think at least 209 yards on 29 plays or something like that. The last 3 yards of the game, they averaged about the same amount of plays, but way more yardage, and they got 3 touchdowns out of that. The final 3 plays, they got 3 touchdowns in a row. I don't get it. And then you get, in the beginning of the game, you think the Eagles are just going to ride their momentum because the Panthers, they get a chance to get a field goal. But no, they get 2 false starts in a row, and they move back 10 yards, and they're forced to punt it. Every chance the Panthers got in the beginning of the game, penalties ruined it. But then once the fourth quarter started, Eagles just played soft. They allowed Cam Newton to do what he wanted on the field. They allowed the running back to do what he wanted. And honest to God, this could be the game that ruins the Eagles' season. That's how embarrassing this was. That's how heartbreaking it was. You allow 2 teams that you beat last season. You allow the Vikings, you allow the Panthers to come into your own turf and beat you like that, embarrassingly. That's a disgrace. And everyone predicted maybe Eagles can go back to the Super Bowl this year. I don't see that happening at all anymore. Let alone, the Eagles might not even make the playoffs. And yes, this is coming off of anger from watching that game. And honest to God, it's getting to the point where it's just funny to watch. It's that bad. I'm watching the game, and I'm just laughing every time the Panthers get a touchdown. It's embarrassing how much the Eagles just blow leads. And especially in the fourth quarter, when the Panthers have to go for it on 4th and 10 to get a first down, the Eagles just collapse in defensive coverage, and they allow it. It's a flashback to the previous game against the Titans in the overtime, where they allowed a 4th and 15. That's embarrassing, dudes. All those other stats, they mean absolutely nothing when your defense just completely blows the game. And I question the play calling now. Then the Eagles, they get their chance in the fourth quarter to come back and possibly win this game. I don't understand the play calling from Doug Peterson on that side. The Eagles, they get at least a 50-yard gainage there on a foul, but then when they get to the 30-yard line of the Panthers, they run the ball to get an 8-yard play. They're 2 yards away from getting a first down. A pass almost gets intercepted. They review it. Call got reversed, so it wasn't an interception. And then a play, you try to pass it to Alshon Jeffrey in the end zone. Doesn't. Incomplete. And then on 4th and 2, you still try to pass it. And then Carson gets sacked. Why don't you just run the ball to get the 2 yards to get the first down? What is your play call there? This is embarrassing. I don't understand, boys. I don't understand what the hell the play calling was from Jim Schwartz that entire fourth quarter and the play calling from Doug Peterson the final 2 minutes of the game. It's outright disgraceful. It's embarrassing. And this could be the game that is the downfall of the Eagles season. Come back to this specific game. Final game of the season. You don't make the playoffs. You look to this game. You don't get home field advantage in the playoffs. You look to this game. I don't understand why this team is so bad right now. Actually, I can understand because the defense, they just choke up leads. They allow big plays. We can't hold a lead for shit. It's that simple. I don't know what they can do to get better. Our corners are bad. It's at the point where it's pathetic. Our defense can't stop anything. They can't stop any gigantic play at all. And how good you looked through the first 3 quarters of this game, it means nothing from how poor you looked in the fourth quarter. Allowing 21 points when you were up 17-0, that's pathetic. That's embarrassing, boys. It's unbelievable how much this team, it's game in, night in and night out. One game they looked really good, and another game they just come out and they look poorly. It's like not even, they came out, they looked great from the start. The first 3 quarters, they looked great. Doesn't mean anything when you go to the fourth quarter and you blow a 17-point lead. It doesn't matter. Other stats don't matter. What everyone's going to look at, you blew a 17-0 lead. You allowed a team to come back and score 21 points, and you couldn't win the game in the end. That's where it comes. It comes down to bad play calling by Jim Schwartz and bad final play calling by Doug Peterson. It doesn't matter, boys. It all comes down to that. And this game could be the downfall of the season for the Eagles. It's just outright disturbing to watch this team collapse like that. What are your guys' opinions in the comment section? Don't forget to subscribe, boys. It's going to be a long week, boys, until the Eagles play in England next week. I'll see you in the next video, boys.